Buenos Aires is a city of passion, and it feels like a piece of Europe in South America. From world-class tango to unforgettable steak, we spent 4 days exploring its food, culture, and nightlife. In this video, we'll break it down into where to stay, daytime must-sees, nightlife, and the best food spots. That way you can plan your own trip around what matters most to you. Stick around to see how we dined at a Michelin 2-star restaurant for just $250 for the both of us. After reading where to stay, we split our time between two neighborhoods. We spent 3 days in Palermo, known for its hip cafes, boutiques, and nightlife, and 1 day in Recoleta, which is a quieter area with European-style architecture and historic charm. As a first-time tourist, we recommend staying in Palermo, but if you're into more historic buildings and cultural sites around the city, Recoleta might be a little bit better for you. Our very first stop of the trip was San Telmo, which is one of the oldest neighborhoods in Buenos Aires. The San Telmo Market is an absolute must. It's full of antiques, local bites, and it has plenty of vibes. On Sundays is the best day to go because they expand the market to have outside stalls, and if you're lucky enough, you'll see tango on the streets. We were lucky enough to come on a Sunday, but it wasn't as busy as we had read because of an upcoming election day. So make sure to spend a lot of time browsing the shops upstairs. We walked into a leather goods store that we wish we bought something good. And then there's small cafes on the top as well as more shopping. But then on the bottom, it's full of dining stalls that you can explore and walk around. So you can either grab something to go or even sit down at one of the stalls or tables down here. If you're willing to bear the crowds, this is absolutely worth it, as it's one of the most lively places to visit on your trip to Buenos Aires. Around the San Telmo Market, there's going to be actually quite beautiful European-style architecture. So if you have the time, make sure to walk around a few blocks and just admire the beauty around the market. A contrast to the older San Telmo is to visit Puerto Madero, which is northeast of the city. So this area of town is the modern waterfront, and it's great for a stroll, and you'll find the iconic Puente de la Mujer pedestrian bridge. It has plenty of upscale dining and nightlife, and if you're looking for a modern hotel to stay at, this is the area for you. So our next stop is the Teatro Colón. So this is one of the most beautiful opera houses in the world, and you can still see shows here. So tickets for performances range around $20 to $200 depending on your seat and the show, or you can take a daytime guided tour for about $25 if you don't want to sit through a show. Even if you're not into opera, the building itself is jaw-dropping and gorgeous, so make sure to take the time to at least stop by. Another absolute must is the bookstore El Ateneo bookstore. So this place was once a grand theater, and now it's just a bookstore, but it still keeps all of the infrastructure, and it is absolutely stunning to just walk around. Make sure to window bookshop and enjoy a coffee while you're here. You can be in and out in an hour, but you can also spend a long time here just reading and exploring and indulging on books. Another neighborhood to explore in the daytime is Recoleta. So this neighborhood feels like Europe transplanted into South America. So stop for a coffee at La Biela, which is a historic cafe dating back to the 1800s and a favorite of many famous Argentine writers. Two of which have their own statues here because they visited often, and they were actually the most famous Argentine writers of their time.
Ah, ya tenía la mano.
One of the cool things here is that you get full service with the waiters wearing traditional outfits. It has a full menu where you can get full lunch, coffee, and even some alcoholic drinks with your coffee if you'd like. And in this area, just across the street, is the Church of Our Lady of Pilar. So we went in here because it was a stunning white building and it was gorgeous inside and out. And we then walked to the Recoleta Cemetery, which we honestly did not spend enough time at. We had allocated about an hour or two, but I think the place is so huge that you need a few hours. So we recommend actually getting a quick guided tour so that you can know what you're looking for, or doing a quick few minutes of research before you go. Because we just spent time wandering the aisles, but we could have definitely had a better experience if we had done our research before.
No, and she's one of the first feminists of Argentina from the way they deal with it.
And finally, the last daytime activity is back in Palermo Soho, where the vibe is completely different from the other things that we did. So there's colorful street art, trendy shops, and laid-back cafes on every corner. So we walked around, we grabbed food, we checked out the different shops around and different cafes, and got some ice cream. So this is a great place as a first-time tourist because it's the center of all tourist shops and restaurants. Just be careful, there are different Palermo districts, and though they're blocks within each other, they do feel a little bit different. Soho is the most tourist-friendly and the most safe to walk around at night because of all of the lively things that you can do. So there are different stalls that get set up in the daytime and at night in Palermo Soho where you can buy different souvenirs, little clothing, and just a number of different things that are super cute. So Buenos Aires after dark. So if you're in Buenos Aires, tango is a must. Our most recommended night activity is to definitely check out a tango show, which is central to Argentinian culture. It's often paired with dinner and wine, and a tango show can be on the cheap side at smaller clubs for $20 to $30 for up to $250 a person. We decided to splurge and do one of the most expensive shows in the city, which is the Rojo Tango at the Faena Hotel. This ended up being about $250 to $300 with transfer, and we did this show only with drinks, no dinner. You can add on dinner for an additional $50 or so per person. But this was absolutely worth it, and I think the experience was one of the most memorable things we did. You can stay at this fancy 5-star hotel also, and that starts about $300 a night. And although this is costly, it's totally worth it. The music, the show, the drinks are superb. After all, Buenos Aires is the birthplace of tango. So if you're not looking to spend this much, there are other affordable options that you can definitely find before or during your trip in Buenos Aires. for nightlife, we decided to check out some clubs or bars in Buenos Aires, and the first one we went to was the Afro Mama Bar, which was right near our Airbnb. So there was a small cover to get in here that was about $5 to $10 USD, and it did have live music, DJs, but a mostly local crowd. They played funk, soul, R&B, and hip hop here. And honestly, I'm not sure we would recommend coming here, but it was really cool to check out how Argentinians party for an hour or so. Another spot we checked out was La Mala. So this was completely different than Afro Mama Bar, and the vibe was much more eclectic with Latin beats and a fun mixed crowd. Our overall verdict in our 30s was to probably stick to cool hip bars rather than the club scene. But everyone's different, and we thought we might just add these if you were looking to go out in Buenos Aires. Our preferred things, and this is what we recommend doing for more calm nights, was we checked out Casa Temple Bar in Palermo, which was definitely more low-key, and it's perfect for casual drinks and street food, but inside also looks a little bit nicer or livelier. So the food here was okay, but they had a pretty good beer selection, and it was pretty vibey even if you were eating on the street. So definitely really cool and fun to people watch. But our favorite bar was actually the Moody La Fuerza. It's a really cool, vibey, low-lit bar, which makes for a really great date place that is known for its vermouth cocktails. So they can give you little vermouth tastings, and it has a really cool indoor seating place as well as a breezy rooftop. So moving on to everybody's favorite thing while traveling, the food and drinks. So definitely Argentina is a place where you can eat your heart out. So one place that we first tried, which is casual for lunch, is Club de Milanesa, which has stores all over the city. And the thing to try here is the chicken milanesa, which is more traditional, but it also comes in beef and other flavors. After that, we went to grab some dessert nearby. So we stumbled upon this ice cream place, and they had creamy, creative flavors. And I think this is also a chain, so you can check it out if you are in different parts of the city. And it's a cool place to relax, not spend too much money, and it's a great spot. Very clean, reliable, and modern. In the Recoleta area, you can stop by and grab some craft beer at Buller Brewing Company, which is what we did. And we actually grabbed these to go, and they said that that was perfectly fine to walk with. This is what they let us do, at least. So this place is super cool if you wanted to sit down, bring a big group, and it also has a kind of unique vibe to it. So there was only one couple eating here when we came during the day, but I think this place gets really loud at night probably. So if you're looking for some place to offer craft beer, this is a place to go. And next we are going to a more classic cafe, which is Confiteria Ideal. So this is perfect for brunch or late night dessert like what we did, and it has a really old world charm to it. It's huge, and it sits many groups, so it's perfect if you want to people watch, probably at brunch, but we went for a small dessert and beer later at night. So this place didn't have too many people on a weekday, but I'm sure it gets crowded in other times of the day or the weekend. And one place that seems to be a very, very tourist favorite is actually Pizzeria Guerin. So this place is a pizza place that serves gigantic slices of Argentine-style pizza. It's quite cool to walk through the dark hallways and come into this huge pizza shop, and it's definitely made for tourists. It's probably not going to be the best pizza that you can find, but it's definitely fun to see. Our next three places is kind of a little bit more fine dining. So the first fine dining dinner place that we went to was Calhen del Soho, which was said to be a cheaper alternative to Don Julio. Honestly, we don't think it compared, but it was a little bit cheaper than Don Julio and a lot more intimate. And maybe we just went on a night that was not so great. The next place we went to, which is an absolute must, and you have to book reservations months in advance, is Don Julio. So this is what you should come to Argentina for. And they welcome you with champagne. The service is incredible. The sides are fantastic. And we got some of the ribeye, sausage, and a few sides. I would stick to the Argentinian barbecue and not get the sausage. But this place was it really does live up to its name. So this was awarded a 1 Michelin star right before we came, and we definitely think it's worth it. But by far, the thing that blew us away was Aramburu. So this place was just awarded 2 Michelin stars before we came, and it is a definitely fine dining experience with an 18-course tasting menu and wine pairings for the two of us that came out to be only about $250 total. For the degree of fine dining in that caliber, the value is incredible, and it is one of the best meals we've ever had. So you will be sitting downstairs for your meal. It's going to be very darkly lit, and you can kind of see the kitchen as they're prepping all the food. And then they'll move you upstairs for the dessert portion of your meal. So this was really, really sweet, and it was something that definitely we would come back for. So Buenos Aires is a city that blends history, culture, food, and nightlife like nowhere else. Whether you're here for the architecture, the tango, or the food, there's something for everyone, and we cannot wait to come back. We went to Patagonia after this, and if that's something that interests you, make sure to check out those videos that are linked here. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for the next upcoming adventures. Take care.